All right. Welcome to the winners semifinals, I believe. This is Pablo versus HD. Real exciting one. And yeah, just waiting for the runners to go. Anyone who is new, this is Luigi's Mansion. The any percent know how to bounce category. It's a little there we go. It's a little off sync, but we should be fine. Should be corrected soon. This category runs about an hour, but these two are some of the best in the game. So I'm expecting times around the 56, 57 mark for both of them. And hopefully we'll just have a really nice race. Both runners off to a good start, not messing up on candles, no right doors or anything. That suck. Hopefully RNG is looking real nice. And yeah. Just hitting off with the parlor room. This is like the most basic room on the planet. Basic singles, basic ghosts, hoping for twirls. Nice 107, nice 107. These runners are doing a great job. Into the anteroom. We can hopefully see neither of the runners go for the new Zircon strat. It's like, actually no, because of the sync, they're like pretty even. See, nice wide double. Ooh, Pablo unfortunately missing that first one. That's all right. That's kind of the thing when going for these A1 doubles. When you get to a certain point, they get taken very, very wide. Let's see, HD. Nice doubles for both runners. That was a nice wide one for Pablo. Key to the door. Ooh, Pablo did that like so weird. Yeah, it worked, I guess. We'll be heading over to Neville. First portrait ghost. These guys have 100 HP. And you have to do like a little puzzle to get them. Neville's pretty easy. Just back to him, vacuum out, and he shows his heart after the book flies past the table. Really good there for HD. Let's run 304. That is pretty dang good. Pablo not too far behind. Here is Lydia in the master bedroom. This is one of the laggiest rooms in the game, so making sure you reduce as much lag as possible is vital. And on to Chauncey. Area 1's pretty quick. About 6 minutes. Actually, if you're good enough, you can finish it in under 6 minutes. And hopefully we've seen the Laser Crusader skip. Instant lineup for HD. Pablo too. That was so good. Wow. This is looking to be a really, really good Area 1. And there's the sync. There's like a 4-second lead, I believe. This is gonna be a really beefy A1 for HD. I can already tell. Chauncey, pretty basic. One of the two. How'd you know? I think he's the only boss ghost. Wow. It's weird to even say that. Only boss ghost that cannot be one-cycled. There's very few ghosts in this game that you cannot one-cycle, Chauncey being one of them. So you're going to see him take off 50 health and drop him. As close to 50 as possible. Well, not as close. Sometimes runners will drop him at 70. Just like HD. And I think you'll see Pablo get right down to 51. And now the runners take some very intentional damage. This is really good for HD. I shouldn't even say for HD. This is just really, really good in general. I think this is 552 key pace, which is really, really good. Oh, that was an amazing 543 and a 548 for Pablo. Jeez. That was such a good Area 1. Before the Laser Crusader skip, that the 552 was like the god time. Now it still is pretty godly, but it's much more obtainable. The 552 key. Jeez, that was so good. All right, we just have the Portrificationizer cutscene. This cutscene takes around about a minute and a half, and it's unskippable. If there's a skip for this game, I'd love to figure out how to skip these. Super annoying, super long. Blick. Luckily, we're just past it, and heading on to Boo Release. So HD, we'll be doing Shy Guy doubles, as Pablo will be doing 6-piece. So it'll be pretty cool to see how the runners do when going for those, and hopefully both go very well. HD doing some nice little hallway movement. You're gonna see runners like weirdly point their vacuum and flashlight and stuff as they're walking through the halls. That's to avoid getting scared, to save a little bit of time. It's pretty important. You'll be seeing a lot of that through the rest of the run. That was a little bit of a sketchy looking double for Pablo, but it ends up working. Man. Quick. That was so good. Alright, let's see it. Doubles for HD. 6-piece for Pablo. Looking pretty good so far for Pablo. HD doing very well. Really good doubles for HD. Pablo looking a little risky, but gets it in the end. Shy Guy 6-piece saves about a second over optimal doubles, which HD did get. So only about a second time save. No ER for HD. No ER for Pablo either. So early release is just sort of a 50-50 dice roll. No, quote-unquote 50-50 on whether or not you get it. And it loses quite a bit of time. But still not going to be a 46 for HD, as Pablo is looking at I think a 49. Pablo has saved a decent amount of time on HD here. But early release ends up saving about 10 seconds, which that's quite a decent time loss. That loses about as much time as a Boo leaving or dropping a couple of doubles. But still really good for both runners. Might be a 45 there for HD, and a 47 for Pablo. This is still neck and neck. I'm really happy we didn't get like one of them get early release, or yeah, I'm just happy that one of them didn't get it and the other one did. And, that's never fun. But this introduces the main RNG element of the run. So yeah. So here is time for text skip. Let us see. Will HD get the RNG? HD does get it. I think Pablo, unfortunately, not having the RNG. So text skip saves a considerable amount of time. That's a little bit less than early release worth. So not bad. Get RNG here for Pablo, and you're gonna see HD and Pablo are pumping, except not on this bill. I'm like doing this in a really weird order where I'm like talking about R pumping on the two boos that they don't R pump. R pumping is where you hold L and R at the same time and you let go of R every 10 HP. That'll keep the boo locked in place for about 150 health, give or take on how well you do it. But it loses like a frame or so every time you do it, so you will often see runners not go for it if they don't need to. And HD is actually getting some pretty phenomenal RNG here. Pablo's getting shafted a little bit more than HD is, but... Ooh! This is a really, like... If HD had ER, this would be a really, really good run. Still pretty decent, though. Yeah, HD's leading by just, say like 13 or so seconds, which is a little bit of time, but nothing that Pablo could not make up. Especially heading into the next few segments. The next couple of segments coming up are big like time bleeding segments where small mistakes can have dire consequences. Ooh, HD I think went for the Zircon mirror strat. Ooh, didn't quite get them, but it's always cool to see people go for them. Let's see it, dude. Some killer RNG here for HD. Never thought I'd say that in my entire life. And this is an OX. Give Pablo some good RNG. It wasn't terrible for him either, but this is a much more rough run for Pablo. A 2x as HD residing with an OX. Pretty good candles. See Pablo. So it's important to get these candles pretty quick and do everything pretty quick. Not just for speed's sake of, you know, we got to go fast, but you're literally on a timed butler cycle to get this guy at the end of the hall. So you can see he's in a pretty good spot for HD. Ideally, you want him exactly where he got him. So let's see Pablo as well. Pablo with a just as good of a cycle. These two runners are like the top of their game. Pablo, other than that one mistake in Area 1, honestly, he's been playing really well. Is that a nice double? Let's see hat skip. Ooh, I think he missed it, unfortunately. Oh, he didn't. Oh, wow. I'm amazed. That looked like so close to not working. I stand very corrected. Hat skip, by the way, is where you pick up the hat at the same time the chest is spawning, and you're able to do a little cutscene skip. You checking an object the boo can't be in. Alright, good enough segment to where you didn't get a switch. So another reason why you want the butler cycle to be good is boo switching works on cycles and a global timer. So ideally, you really want to be on a good cycle. Let's see this. Pretty good for HD there. Pablo going for the same strat as HD. Interesting. Really good RNG there for HD. Instant spawn, he's in. To be honest, Pablo's RNG just cannot compete right now. Really good RNG in here for HD. Missing the tech skip lineup. That was looking pretty good, but they don't always go well. So hopefully we can see Laundry Boo tech skip. Pablo gets it. Nice little 2-second time save. Both of them are on sub 19 pace right now, which is pretty impressive, especially for Pablo, considering he didn't exactly get the greatest RNG. He got, I mean, it kind of flipped for both runners. HD got really good Laundry Boo RNG, and Pablo got really good Shivers RNG. So water there for HD. So Melody will play 2 different songs, the Mario Bros. 1 water theme or the Super Mario Bros. 3 athletic theme. It doesn't really matter. Technically, holy crap, HD just got the God Sheets. That's pretty rare. Oh, there we go. We've been brought back to reality of Horn RNG. But yeah, Melody could play 2 different songs, and it doesn't really matter which song she plays. It quite literally frames. Oh, Pablo might be having this boo leave. Pablo cutting it a little close there. Still gets it, and still on 3x, or 18 pace. That was scary, man. That was real scary. Yeah, these runners are still so close to each other. Honestly, it feels like they're further apart than they actually are, but they are within 15 seconds still. Ooh, HD trying to grab the cloth to set up tech skip. Really good RNG, but unable to set up that tech skip. Pablo missing it. Can't set up the tech skip either. This is a crazy run so far. I believe HD should be entering in this graveyard on OX pace for Bogmire, which is real good. If this guy can line up, it's like a small bit of RNG that I don't feel like people really internalize, is these guys getting close to each other. They play right into Pablo's hand. Good stuff. Okay, these guys are real close. Let's see, Bogmire. We want 1 cycles only. And funnily enough, world record doesn't even get 1 cycle. Bogmire. Of all of the boss ghosts, Bogmire's probably... It's between Bogmire and Bulasis to 1 cycle. I like the easier 1 cycle. Wow, HD. Cutting it kind of close to running into that, but honestly, like, that was really good. And just control. That's like the name of the game when it comes to these guys right here. So we thought was a 21, low 21 1x, I think. And for Pablo, it's a high 21 1x. HD may have gotten an OX. But both of these guys on great runs. HD is actually on technically world record pace. 2109. Of course he gets an OX. Dang, HD is on a nasty run right now. Pablo not too far behind. These are times that people just wish for. HD and Pablo are just pulling them out like it's nothing. But here comes Area 3. Area 3 can be a pretty tricky area. A lot of you can just bleed time, so lots of tiny things can lose small amounts of time, but small amounts of time lost over many segments can equal a lot. So hopefully both of these runners keep up some good RNG and don't make too many mistakes. See them both getting water. It's needed for an up and coming burning door. It's also used just for some general flashlight skips and stuff like that. So here comes another one of the laggiest rooms in the game. Bottom of the well. HD handled it quite well. And Pablo did too. It's a little stutter skip, stumble skip, vacuuming the birdhouse. 0.1 seconds faster than knocking on it for some reason. Good stuff. Here's another optional Portrait Ghost. Biff. We do not need Biff, so we skip him. HD getting the first try. That little skip on this burning door. You can hit that fire hitbox with the water from a decent distance away. Pablo, I don't know what issues getting it. He's gonna have to sit here and wait a second. And HD set up a good TB tech skip. Same thing with Pablo. Here you're gonna see the Pablo exclusive strat. That's pretty much his trademark. And HD T-Boo early. Wow, that was amazing RNG. HD's ahead on the text, but he has the boo already. So ideally you want to get that boo first. If you have the RNG for it. As he can sometimes waste a little bit of time. Because the T-Boo will always switch. As long as you're not collecting Biff. T-Boo will always switch. So, if you play well enough, it'll switch before you complete the room. And you can get the boo before even picking up the Ice Medallion, which saves a decent bit of time. Like almost a second or something. I mean, it's kind of depending on RNG, but, you know. He's godly. HG pulling right to the bottom right. He was rewarded too. Wow, this is really good. This is already so good for HD. Pablo as well. Bottom right, not even chancing best RNG. And they both got rewarded for it. HD doesn't quite get the key grab. Pablo, this feels like the same gameplay almost. Like they're both like in like weird angles to get the key and stuff. It's so odd. But yeah, it's working. It's working well. Ooh, missing a candle there. Let's see Pablo on this. Pablo doesn't miss a candle. Yeah, HD's about a cycle ahead. But HD does not go for the triple here, if I remember. Triple doesn't save as much time as like you really might think it does. Triple saves like half a second at most. And can be a little tricky, as you see there, Pablo missing the triple, unfortunately. And unfortunately, the sub 28 moonshot barely eludes HD. But still great pace for him. And same thing with Pablo. HD looking for a mid OX, and Pablo looking for a mid to high 1X. Kind of depending on how quickly you line up moonshot. HD going pretty quick, but gets it right on the edge first try. 2808. High OX. Let's see Pablo. Takes a little bit longer, but not bad. 2819 moonshot. HD's still leading by like 10 to 12 seconds. But this has just kind of been the lead. Like, HD's just about maintained this lead since Boo Fire split almost 14-15 minutes ago. HD and Pablo are playing pretty well. That's honestly what you like to see. You want to see both runners playing super well. With both of them on possible 55 pace. HD's on pretty good 55 pace, and Pablo is on play well, and the game rewards you do pace. So, nice double here for HD. About a cycle ahead. Nice triple. Well with the double. Really good suck up. Yeah, well. One of the rooms had to have given him bad RNG eventually. Just so happened to have been this one. Gets the animation skip. Let's see. Pablo getting it too. Pablo just saved a chunk of time on HD there. Let's see when he enters foyer 27. Yeah, about 7 seconds apart. Pretty good RNG there for HD. We probably got the same. HD's sitting in a really weird spot for this door, though. But Area 1 hallway is difficult. You can lose a lot of time here just seeing by Pablo getting a long text box. Yeah, so now from the 15th boo onwards, EGAD will start giving you random length text boxes, which can change. It could waste a lot of time. Believe shortest text is like a second to like half a second, and then full length text box is a lot. And Pablo going for twins double, missing the setup. Not too bad though. He didn't get hit or anything. Just wasted a little bit of time lining it up. But it wasn't bad. HD having to deal with a lot of pearls and stuff. For some reason, Luigi's vacuum auto locks to everything but booze. So, it can be pretty tricky. Pablo having that boo leave. Actually not that big of a deal. Yeah, the boo, twins boo specifically, if like super prone to leaving, and if the twins boo does leave, it's going into a lit room, so you could just easily get it. Yeah, HD, an alright amount of lead at this point. Trying to go for the check on the bed. Boo ends up switching, but it swapped into probably the best place it could have. Pablo potentially having best RNG. Does. This tech skip is important, as if you don't get it, and you get a long text box, if the room is laggy enough, you can lose a good chunk of time. So I believe it's still about 10 to 12 seconds apart from each other. But we're getting to the later stages of the run, where small, insignificant time saves become a little less and less. But big, huge things can lose large chunks of time, i.e. boo losses, breaker boo, soldier double, stuff like that. As well as Grimly. Grimly can give you a unreasonably lengthed wait. And they're both such a kind of funny. They're both on like the same, like they started the clairvoyant text boxes at the same time, but HD's on one later than Pablo. HD does this like way differently than everyone else. Everyone like brings clairvoyant to the top left and sucks her up. HD just stands still and just spins the C stick and it works. I mean, why not? Some more good RNG there for HD. Top left, pretty dang good. Pablo able to read it. Hopefully both of them got that RNG. Pablo, unfortunately, not. This is a little bit more... a little bit more of a role reversal than I was expecting. HD's RNG has been pretty good, and Pablo's has been a little crummier. But that's not to say HD isn't playing well. HD is playing very, very well. And so is Pablo. Pablo has like all these like super small tech time saves that HD just does not have implemented. Although HD does have a couple of those as well that Pablo doesn't. So it's kind of cool to see what time saves they've implemented yet. So yeah, HD should be pretty much... Ooh, missing that double. Bringing him off in a weird direction. And no chance of a backup double as well. And a poison mushroom. Oh no. Ooh, almost getting hit by that poison. And Pablo with a really, really good Safari Room. If he's in here, that's a lot of time. HD still leads him by a decent amount, but not nearly as large as it was. So 37:09 when he entered the cutscene. And 37:20, so about 11 seconds. But Bulasis really can change that. I want to see inbounds ice. No out of bounds ice, please. Alright, let's see it. So walking to the right. Ice in a good spot. Like to see it. Ice also in a really good spot for Pablo. Ooh, that is a rough... question mark? Okay, that looked way rougher than it actually was. Same thing with Pablo, except Pablo had a little bit of a more difficult cycle on his hands. Ooh, there's three boos here, actually. Pablo just clutching it out. Oh, HD keeps on getting, like Pablo, like, HD makes, like, some mistake. Pablo gets a big lead back on him. And then Pablo makes, like, a mistake, like, 1 or 2 rooms later. That is, this is being kept so similar. Honestly, I think that's good. I'd hate for it to just be an absolutely massive lead. It's a little bit of a larger lead than you'd think. But it's still not at all bad. So, area 4 now. This is where it all comes ahead. Now we see him. Just into area 4. Type. I know my keyboard's loud. I need to respond to a message. Alright. So, we got Blackout. HD has not entered into Sidestep. Has HD implemented standard Blackout? Looks like he has. Like to see it. I thought he still did Sidestep, but standard Blackout is a little bit quicker. It saves you pausing the game, but it makes Sidestep Blackout makes Blackout just like super brain dead. As standard Blackout, you need to like try really hard to make sure to not get scared, but it saves being having to enter the pause menu, even if it's just for a moment. So, coming up here is Pythagoras Skip. Very good for HD. As well as Grimly. Will we see an Instagram? Not quite. Keep a tab. Hopefully it's quick. Good Pythagoras Skip there for Pablo. HD not. Okay, we're entering the zone. Okay. Pablo not saving it. Well, okay, Pablo saving a lot of time on HD. That was really unlucky. Yeah, Grimly can sometimes screw you over a little bit, and in this case, definitely was not very nice to HD. But still maintains a lead. So HD setting up for the tech skip. This is actually pretty cool. You're gonna get to see tech skip lineups in real time, or like boo losses or like breaker boo lineups. So Pablo infamously doing drag strat, and HD doing wall strat. Nice charge there for HD. Pablo having to do middle. So got nice drag strat. It's looking really good for both runners. Good stuff there for HD. Oh, Pablo misses it. Oh no. So we're gonna need to have a blue hits bless. Oh, or a poison on HD's screen. Okay, I mean that was fine. Poison mushroom, if it hits you, it will make you very sad. HD choosing to get the boo from that side. That's a little weird. Ooh. So yeah, we're gonna need to see a blue hits bless here for Pablo. So HD is currently a boo up. So if this boo does not re-enter into breaker room, we're going to be seeing a massive time loss here for Pablo. So he will now need to mirror warp out of armory, which means he requires that one cycle. Well, he requires to suck him up while in the in the armory room at least. And he's a boo down. And he needs to clear pipe room. And, like, there's a lot. And he's just behind HD. This is not good at all. And he's a little low on fire as well. I don't think that'll be a big deal. He'll just need to conserve well. HD getting scared there by the random, stupid, no reason bowling ghost. So coming up here is Soldier Double. Let's see HD do this. Good suck up, good lineup. Okay. Sure. That works. Getting one stuck in the wall. Sucking fine for HD. Didn't exactly save the most amount of time, but wasn't terrible. Pablo having just as rough of a lineup, but able to do some tandem damage on him, which will save a little bit of time over HD. But no soldiers being dropped. So this is where we're going to need to see Pablo conserve a little bit of fire. Hopefully he'll have enough to make this work. Cutting it close. Ooh, just had enough. He needs this fire, though, real bad. And a 46-37 roof key from HD. Pretty dang good. And a 46-50 there for Pablo, but he does not have Breaker Boo. So this is, does get kill up skip, though. A little bit of time save on that. Coming up here is Armory. I almost guarantee we're going to be seeing a nice, safe Armory strat here for HD. Probably a 4-piece or a burnless triple. Or maybe just a burn triple, who knows. Alright. As Pablo lining up the 5-piece. This is a very advanced strat that very little runners go for. Good little burn triple there for HD. And a really good 5-piece. That was one of the fastest 5-pieces I've ever seen. I'm just going to be honest. Both runners here getting left side. That strat saved a lot more time than I'd even want to give it credit for. That saved like 6 seconds or something. A lot of time. Good boo here for HD. Gets it a nice one quick clean cycle without adding too much more lag. Pablo as well. Pablo also getting a drag over. He's going to need to mirror warp, which is a little bit slower than the save and quit. But he needs to do it in order to have the Breaker Boost still be at the 5 HP or so that he left it at. Yeah, it's really coming down to the wire here. There are very little time saves remaining in this run that Pablo has. So pretty much all HD needs to do is just not have Weston Boo leave in a dumb way or have a King Boo meltdown. So HD clearing that optional room very quick as well, as Pablo will be clearing it. So yeah, not clearing that room saves a little bit of time, because realistically, if you're good enough at the boo, you really don't need to. Ooh, spawning the wrong boo first. Pablo spawning pipe boo. Pablo just exhausting all of the cackles. Hopefully that boo does not come back to bite him in the butt, as he does need to get Weston boo. So there's just a chance that that boo might spawn in. Or maybe, I don't know. Was he fast enough to the point where he doesn't hide? He was! Ooh, that's really good. That was best case scenario for Pablo there. HD with a nice Weston. Good pumps here. Pablo going pretty well. There we go. HD mirror warping out of here, or save warping out of here with a decent amount of time save on his back. So 50-44 warp there. Let's see what Pablo gets here. It's over 10 seconds. Ooh, I'm not even sure one cycle will be able to save him. With the long text too. This is... I don't want to say this is done because Van Gore can always screw you, but at this point in time, as long as HD gets all the triples, he could do a safe 2 and win. And we might be seeing HD go for a 1 cycle here as well. Just to add some spice to it. 1 cycle will be in a high risk, high reward strat. Very low percentages of actually getting it, but is at this point in time pretty much mandatory for record attempts. And all the top level competition goes for it. So let's see some good Van Gore triples. Instant there for HD. Like to see it. Puncher triple. Not quite instant, but no one goes for instant puncher triple. Instant twirler triple. Safe strat there on grabbers. Quite the lead here for HD at this point. Really good. Ooh, spawns a poison. Hopefully that poison will not hit him. Does not. Ooh, Pablo missing that grabber triple. Backs it up though. Yeah, 53-17. And he misses it. Ladies and gentlemen, that might be game set match. Mr. HD on mid 56 pace currently. Low 56 with 1 cycle. HD leading by a healthy margin. Two cycles seals it. 1 cycle for style points. We will almost definitely be seeing a one cycle here out of Pablo. We will need a King Boom meltdown in order for this to really not go HD's way. If he messes up, if he goes for one cycle and messes it up, there is always potential for another cycle. Quite the enthralling race. She's setting up for an instant shot. Don't know if he's going for one cycle or just trying to seal the deal. Okay, he's definitely not going for one cycle. That ball is not in the right spot for him to even bother going for it. This will be a safe 2 at HD here, which is, I mean, I would have done that anyway. But, yeah. Setting up another instant shot. He might go for a soft lock shot here. Not getting the soft lock shot. Once again, a pretty weak-looking lineup for it. So, let's see Pablo here. HD getting the suck up. Nice and good, your winner's HD. Let's see Pablo, will he get the shots? He does. Will we be seeing a one cycle? It's looking not amazing. Not a lot of health off in the first bit, but this second half is looking great, and there's a bonk. There's a bonk. GG to HD, your winner. Valiant effort for Pablo. But not quite enough. Ooh, missing that shot. This was certainly a close race at times. And Pablo now done.
What's up?
OHD, congrats on the win.
Thank you. I kind of shocked by that, honestly. I didn't watch a second of this race.
No, you were leading the entire time.
Before it started, I muted the tab and closed it, because there's been a trend in years past where I tend to watch the closer races when I'm facing either Joven or Pablo. And if I notice that they're just slightly behind me or I'm gaining ground on them, I just fumble the bag and it just falls apart. So I just closed the tab and focused. I don't think I've ever focused on a run so hard in my life.
Well, it clearly worked. You were leading for the entire race, actually. I do not think there was a moment Pablo was ahead of you.
Feels
all the way
good,
down
man.
to his mid 15 candles. Yes, thoughts on the race?
There were a couple bad moments. I think that Grimly was pretty bad. I didn't really count how long it was, but I think it was like 10 seconds. I got worse luck in Cellar Room. Armory was bad. And then I made a few mistakes in Area 3. Like that Bulasis was pretty scuffed, but I made it work.
Yeah, and that Safari Room was
Yeah, that too.
I'd say at that point
Almost sucked up the mushroom.
Oh, that was giving everyone nerves. There was quite a few close calls with mushrooms in this race.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I'd
That
say
one on Gore was pretty close.
Was it ever? I think Pablo had one like early game. I forget where it was. Yeah, you maintained quite the lead. Both of you guys missed early release.
Oh wow! I knew I was gonna miss it going into this thing. That's no surprise.
Hello, Pablo.
Hello.
Yo.
Congrats. GG.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a fun race. I'm not sure how much of it you were watching, Pablo, but I did not watch a second of this.
I watched every second of it.
Well, there you go.
And you know how she goes.
Yeah.
Pablo, thoughts on your side of the race?
Well, yeah, what do I say? I'm not happy at all, but it is what it is.
Congrats to HD being the second ever person to beat Pablo.
Thank you. Both of those people are in this call right now.
Yup. Restream 8 and HD.
Let's go. But yeah, I just knew that I had to focus for this because Pablo, I've had a few world record paced runs these past few days, but Pablo's paces have absolutely just blown mine out of the water. He's cracked. So I knew I had to focus for it, and if I was meant to lose, and I was going to give it everything I had.
It was honestly it was it wasn't convincing. It was like there was moments where like over a long stretch you would make a couple mistakes and Pablo would just play amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And it would get down to like I'd say less than 10 seconds of part, and then something would happen, and
Yeah.
the margin would widen until area 4. That breaker boo kind of sealed it.
Oh, did he miss it?
Yeah, unfortunately breaker boo left at 5.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought I had another cackle, but I didn't.
Yeah, I thought my area 4 was not great.
There was Pablo's was a little unfortunate, but there was a few shining moments there for Pablo. That Armory 5-piece was the thing of legends. Very clean.
Even I don't have the balls to go for that.
It's way easier than it looks. The only time it mess it up is usually in 54 pace runs, dude.
Yeah. Figures. Why wouldn't it be a PV pace run?
But yeah.
I had fun. Thanks for racing, Pablo.
Thanks for racing too. Good luck versus Joven next round.
Water Balloon Man is going down.
Watch your back, Water Balloon Man. But yeah, Pablo, you are in the lower bracket, looking to either go against Blue Hits, Vark, Bliss, or Red.
Okay, I see.
And HD, you're looking for a nice match against Joven.
Oh boy.
That is another very fun run.
I'm gonna look forward to that one. It's gonna be good.
Yeah,
That
I'm excited.
it will.
I didn't think I'd be in winners finals, but here we are. We live in a crazy world.
My predictions had you in here.
Thank you for having faith in me. I don't even think I had faith in myself.
I also have faith in Pablo to come back through and make it to winners finals.
The winners finals is not gonna happen. I think.
The finals.
I'll do my best. That's all I can say.
And that's the best you can do. So if you guys have anything else you'd like to say?
Not GG.
And thank you, SpeedGaming, for hosting us.
Yes, thank you, SpeedGaming, the gracious professional folks at SpeedGaming, for allowing us to host our tournaments on their forum again. Follow the runners. And I believe that is about it.
Don't forget to follow your wonderful commentator. Ignore the link up top. Follow the guy on the bottom.
I don't even know that was Big Max's Twitch username. Good stuff. Alright.
Anyways, do we have any matches later?
Oh, that is a great point.
There's one tomorrow.
Yes, Mac versus Kai.
That's the last one of this round.
Yep.
Indeed, it will be. I just looked at Elm General. Mac or Kai just got a PB.
Let's go. Should be a hype race.
I am hopeful.
Dude, I'm
Yeah,
actually kind of happy that I don't have to race next week, because next week is gonna be the busiest week of my life, man. I have to like do an exam and hand in my thesis.
Oh boy.
Dr. Pablo will call him.
Pablo PhD.
Yes,
Doctor, dude.
Pablo
Dr.
PhD. All right, I believe
All right.
that's it. So
Yeah.
I'll end us out.
Yep.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Pablo. Thank you, Flauk. Thank you all
Thank
for
you,
watching.
HD.
Great race.
All right. Peace out.
Bye.